Hello my dear students, welcome to NEET World. This is Vasavi Ma'am, your biology educator for Foundation and CBSE. Yes, students, in today's particular session we are going to study about the second chapter, that is tissues. It is from 9th CBSE syllabus, and whenever it comes to the chapter tissues, you need to study about the plant tissues as well as animal tissues, children. So in the animal tissues, we have generally 4 different types of animal tissues, like, yes, we have 4 different types of animal tissues. One is epithelial tissue, yes, one is epithelial tissue, and second one is connective tissue, and third one is muscular tissue, and fourth tissue is nervous tissue. Okay, the animal tissues are mainly categorized into 4 different types, children. First one is the epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. So in today's particular session we are going to discuss about the second type of tissue, that is connective tissue. Yes, what is connective tissue actually? As the name itself indicates that the connective tissue is involved in connecting or binding the cells of one tissue with the another tissue. So the main function of the connective tissue is to bind or else to keep all the organs in connected in position. Yes, if we see here, yes. So the connective tissues are generally of 3 types. So one is connective tissue proper, and next one is supportive connective tissue, and third one is fluid connective tissue. If you look here, connective tissue proper is going to contain 4 different types, and it is divided into 4 types. One is areolar tissue, adipose tissue, tendons and ligaments. So the areolar tissue and adipose tissue are going to be classified under loose connective tissue. What, children? Loose connective tissue. Yes. And next, tendons and ligaments are classified under dense connective tissue. Dense connective tissue. So the connective tissue proper is going to be classified as loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. In the loose connective tissue, we are going to study about areolar tissue and adipose tissue, and in the dense connective tissue, we are going to study about the tendons and ligaments. Yes, next, coming towards the second type of connective tissue, that is supportive connective tissue. Here we are going to learn about the cartilage and bone. Next, coming towards the third type of connective tissue, that is fluid connective tissue, and here we are going to learn about the blood and lymph. So in today's particular session we will cover these 2 types of connective tissues, that is connective tissue proper, which includes 4 different types, and next supportive connective tissue, which includes the cartilage and bone. Yes. Now let's discuss about the first type of connective tissue, that is loose connective tissue, which is also called as areolar connective tissue. Yes, generally connective tissue is a most abundant tissue which is present in our body, and the main function of the connective tissue is just to connect or to bind the cells of the other tissues with other body parts. It is mainly involved in functioning of the connecting and binding the tissues with other types of tissues, and due to this it gives rigidity and support to the body. And next, in this connective tissue we are going to see different types of cells. Okay, so let's have a look here. Yes, children. Yes, connective tissue proper. Here the first type of loose connective tissue is areolar tissue, or else areolar tissue is also called as connective tissue. It is also called as the loose connective tissue. Areolar tissue is also called as the loose connective tissue. So in the areolar tissue we are going to find irregular shaped cells, different types of cells, different shaped cells are going to be present in the areolar connective tissue, and the areolar connective tissue is going to contain the fluid filled substance that is called as matrix. If you see here, this areolar connective tissue is going to contain the substance that is called as matrix. These all cream colored structure, this color is called as a matrix. Yes, and inside these matrix many different shaped cells are going to be suspended freely. Like we can see three most important types of cells present in the areolar tissue. They are macrophages, fibroblast and mast cells. Clear children? We are going to see three different types of cells which are present in the areolar tissue, and all these different types of cells are suspended freely in the substance called as matrix, and the matrix present in the areolar tissue is very sticky in nature. It has jelly like sticky matrix, and here we can see the irregular shaped cells. Like which shaped cells children? Which are those different types of cells? Macrophages, fibroblast, collagen fibers and the next mast cells. Yes, if you see here, macrophages are the amoeboid shaped cells. These are the macrophages which are amoeboid shaped cells. So the main function of the macrophage is just to ingest the cellular waste materials, and it is also involved in capturing the foreign particles which are going to enter in our body. And next, coming towards the mast cells. Mast cells are of three types children. Heparin, yes, mast cells are of different types. Heparin. What is heparin children? Heparin is a type of mast cell, and the heparin is called as anticoagulant. Okay, the heparin will help in preventing the blood clot, and next it also includes vasodilator. So the main function of the vasodilator is it will help in widening the blood vessels. It will help in widening the arteries and veins instead of narrowing. It will increase the space of the blood vessels, and next it also contains the serotonin. So the serotonin is involved in narrowing the vessels, and it is involved in contraction. Serotonin is involved in contraction of the vessels, and vasodilator is involved in relaxation of the vessels, and heparin is an anticoagulant which is going to prevent the blood from clotting. Clear with the mast cells? Yes. Next, coming towards the fibroblast. We can see two different kind of fibers which are going to be present in the areolar tissue. One is white fibers. Yes, these are the white fibers children. Yes, these all are white fibers, and these white fibers are made up of a protein called as collagen. Hence, these are also called as collagen fibers. And next, these are also made up of yellow fibers. Yes, these all children. These are made up of yellow fibers which are going to be made up of a special protein called as elastin. Clear with the concept? The areolar tissue is going to contain different types of cells like macrophages, fibroblast, collagen fibers and mast cells. So the three most important cells which are present in the areolar tissue are macrophages. These are the amoeboid shaped cells which are involved in digesting the cellular waste material, and next fibroblasts are of two types, white fibers and yellow fibers. White fibers are made up of a protein called as collagen, and yellow fibers are made up of a protein called as elastin. And next, mast cells are the type of cells which includes heparin, next vasodilator and serotonin. Okay, heparin is it is an anticoagulant in function, and next vasodilator is involved in relaxation of the blood vessels, whereas serotonin is involved in contraction of the blood vessels. Clear with the first type of tissue, that is loose connective tissue. It is also called as areolar connective tissue. It is going to be included in first type of connective tissue, that is connective tissue proper. Yes. Yes, next coming towards the, yes. So the main function of the connective tissue is, in our body we are going to contain different types of organs like lungs, stomach, skin and heart. So the areolar tissue is going to fill the space inside these internal organs. What the areolar tissue will do? It will fill the space in the all these internal organs. It will fill the space inside these organs, and next it is also called as filler tissue. It is also called as what, children? It is also called as filler tissue. Which is called as filler tissue? Areolar connective tissue is also called as filler tissue, as it is going to fill the space inside the internal organs like stomach, next lungs, heart and skin. So if you see the image here, yes, what this boy is doing? He is running continuously, right? So when he is running continuously, his hands, legs and his entire body is going to contain muscles and next skin, some type of different organs, everything is going to be present in our body. So when this person is going to run, his hands, his legs, both of them are going to contain the skin, which is going to be attached with the muscles and bones. All these parts we can see in our body. So when this person is going to run by moving his hands and legs, so we cannot say that skin is going to be separated and next muscles are not going to be separated. So the muscles along with this skin are going to be attached together and they all will function together. If I am going to move my hand like this, it doesn't mean that all these muscles tissue is going to be separated and all the skin part is going to be separated. Okay, so the connective tissue will help in attaching the skin with the muscle tissue. So when this person is moving, all of them organs, all those organs are going to be connected together and they will provide a structural framework for doing the different types of activities. Clear? Yes. Yes, coming towards the major functions of the areolar tissue. Yes. So the areolar tissue is involved in connecting the skin with the muscles. What it is going to do, children? It connects the skin with the muscles. Yes. If you see here, this is the skin and the connective tissue will bind the skin with the muscles. It will bind the skin with the muscles, hence it is called as connective tissue. And next it will connect the blood vessels like arteries and veins to the nerves. Clear, children? So it will connect the blood vessels like arteries and veins with the nerves, and it is also present in the bone marrow. Okay, these three are the most important functions. It will connect the skin with the muscles, it will connect the blood vessels with the nerves, as well as it is present in the bone marrow. Yes, these are the different types of functions of the connective tissue. Yes, see, connective tissue, the functions include, it is mainly involved in connective in function, and next it fixes the skin with muscles, as well as it attaches the blood vessels and nerves with the surrounding tissue. The arteries and veins along with the nerves are going to be attached to the different types of tissue, and next it is commonly called as packaging tissue of the body, as it packs the space in the internal organs. As we can also call it as filler tissue because it fills the space inside the internal organs. Clear with the areolar tissue? You have to remember those three most important types of cells which are present in the areolar tissue, like macrophages, next one mast cells, and the next fibroblast. These three are the most important cells which we can find in the areolar types of tissues. Yes. Next, coming towards the adipose connective tissue. It is also classified under the loose connective tissue. Yes. Yes, children. So the adipose connective tissue, if we see the location, the adipose connective tissue is present below the skin, the adipose connective tissue. Where we can find these type of tissue, children? We can find this type of tissue below the skin. Okay, and the cells in this tissue are modified to store the fat. If you see this diagram, here these all are the cells. These are called as these all cells are grouped together to form a special tissue called as the adipose connective tissue, and the main function of the adipose connective tissue is to store the fat. And all these cells are surrounded with some fluid filled material that is called as cytoplasm. Clear, children? In all these cells we can find the fluid filled space around this, that is called as cytoplasm. And these cells becomes modified, and these cells will increase in size due to storage of fats, and they will appear in a globular like structure. They will appear like a globules. Why they are going to appear like a globules, children? Because due to storage of fat, they are going to become globular like structure, and all these cells are surrounded by a cytoplasm, and each adipose cell is going to contain nucleus. Each adipose cell is going to contain what? Nucleus. Yes. See, it will be in this manner. It is an adipose tissue and it is surrounded by fluid filled space that is called as cytoplasm, and inside this cell we can find a nucleus which is present in the periphery. Okay. In the adipose cells we cannot find the nucleus in the center. Why we cannot find in the center means due to the storage of fat, the nucleus is going to be pushed towards the periphery, and these cells are modified. These cells are modified to store the fat. This is a special function of the adipose tissue, and we can find this adipose tissue below the skin, children. Yes, and each cell consists of large globules. See, these are all the large globules which are going to store the fat. Yes. And next, whenever it comes to function, these are mainly involved in storing the fat, and they are going to prevent the body from heat. Okay, these cells are going to help in insulating the body against heat. Okay, they will prevent our body from against the heat actions. Yes, if you see here, see, these all are the adipose, these all are the cells which are grouped together to form a tissue called as adipose tissue, and each cell is going to become modified. If you see here, see, these cells are modifying and they are increasing in size due to storage of these fats. Clear, children? Clearly you can see this image and you can understand it better. Okay, see, all these cells are increasing in size and they are going to be modified. Why they are going to be modified and why they are increasing their size? Due to storage of these fat. Okay, due to storage of this, due to accumulation of the fat, they are going to be modified and they will increase its size. And all the cells are surrounded by a fluid filled space that is called as the cytoplasm. Yes. Clear, children? Yes. Clear about the loose connective tissue. In the connective tissue proper, we have studied about the two types of tissues. Okay, one is areolar connective tissue and another one is the adipose tissue. These both are going to be classified under the connective tissue proper. It is of the first type of the connective tissue, and the next type of the tissue is going to be, yes, next type of the tissue will be of the supportive connective tissue. The first one is the connective tissue proper. It includes loose connective tissue. Okay, in the loose connective tissue we have completed two types. One is areolar connective tissue and one more is adipose connective tissue. Clear with this session, children? Yes. Thank you.